Bala இருக்கியா?
Okay, greetings to our lecturer Puan Nurzima. So today myself Prisha and my group members Sridharan and Bala Murali will present about problem based task. So for the source code, okay, the class is hotel rent system, public static void main, int day equals 0 to declare and initialize for the variables. So there are float pay, service, and total rent. Then the SOP is welcome to the user login system. Enter password. You will have three chances. The three chances is to try the password. If you couldn't access the login system for the first time, you can try until 3 times. So the password is DFC30133. If you manage to enter the correct password, the system will print authentication successful. So the system will ask customer name. Once customer name, they'll ask the IC number. Then the system will print type 1 is standard room, type 2 is deluxe room, type 3 is executive room. And if you couldn't choose any of them, the system will print please choose the type of room. Then the system will print please enter the days. Once you have choose the type of room, you have to key in the days, how many days you want to stay in the room. And if you give any wrong information or you missed out to fill any of the blank, the system will print out try again. So that's all from me. Now I will pass to Bala.
So the next coding is scanner and day. So the total rent for per day is 100 ringgit. The service charge for the per room is 5/100, and the total plus service will be show to you after you key in the number of day you want to stay in the hotel, and you can and then you have to enter the number of day you want to stay in the room, and will show the if you put any incorrect thing, it will show try again. If the wrong input, it will pop out. Incorrect input and integer value is required. And then for the luxury room, per day is 120 ringgit, and the service charge will be calculated by 8/100. So after you key in the number of day you want to stay in the luxury room, it will calculate the service charge plus the room rental payment after you key in the number of day you want to stay in the room. So next, and the most expensive room is the 150 ringgit per day. So the service charge for the room is 12,300. So after you key in the number of day you want to stay in the room, it will calculate the service charge plus the room rental amount, and it will show you the amount you have to pay for the day you want to stay in the room. So after this I pass to Sridharan.
Okay, now I'm going to explain about the receipt of the booking. So it consists of customer name, customer IC number of the day, and the staying room type which they choose, rent or service charge for the rooms, and it will have GST price, the grand total, and the payment they made by the customer, and the balance should give to the customer. So this is the system outline line that you can figure out in this slide. Example, we have typed the Hotel Ballet Pulintan. This is the receipt of the uh, customers uh, identification for their staying. It will system out print line, customer name, IC number, room type, and what type of room they are booking, and how many days they are staying at the hotel. Some more payment details like rent, service charge, and total amount of the room they have chosen. And that's all. And finally, it will show a system out print line for wrong password or authentication failed. This is the receipt of the booking for the hotel.
Oh,
This is the output standard room time for Bala.
So if you book for a standard room in our hotel, the output shown like this as you can see in the slide. So first you can see your IC number, and you have to choose the room, which room you want to stay in the hotel. Like we have standard room, deluxe room, and executive room. So the payment will be different for the different type of room. And after you select the type of room you want to stay, you have to enter the number of days you want to stay in the room in our hotel. So after you key in your number of days you want to stay, it will show the rental amount for the room and the service charge for the room, and lastly it will show the total rent and service charge, that the total amount you have to pay for the number of days you booked. So after that it will ask to enter the amount of payment you want to pay. So after you pay the number of amount, it will show the balance money after you pay the number of amount. And lastly, at the down of your receipt, it will show our hotel name and the address of our hotel, and telephone number and the fax number. So from me.
And excellent. Okay, this is deluxe room type. As Bala says, it will show IC number and type of rooms. and what type of room we are going to choose and how many days. So it will show how many days we are taking and what type of room. It will tell us how much for the rent and service charge and the total rent. So we can pay as our payment, then balance will be given in the for the customer, and it will you can see at the down the receipt of customer, as we say at the input. They will show our customer names and IC number and room type and payment details for customer known as well. That's all from me. It's like
So executive room type, same explanation as Bala and Sri. Nothing much difference because it's just a type of room which is executive room. So here we have choose 2 days. So if 2 days the rent is 300 ringgit, service charge will be RM36. So the total rent is 336. So the customer pay the amount of 350. The system will detect the balance and give you RM14. So for the receipt, same as what Bala and Sri have told earlier. So these are the service charge, total rent, payment from customer and balance. That's all from us. Thank you.
thank you.
நிப்பாட்டியல்ல ரெக்கார்டியா